A few months ago I posted a video about a long-term project I'm working on, which is to reproduce the Apollo AGC flight computer. Essentially the project consists of recreating each of the modules in that computer in this form, that's using discrete transistors. I'm working my way through each of the modules, producing the boards. It's very time consuming, so it is going to be a very long-term project. And the idea is to create a version of the AGC using only discrete transistors as opposed to the ICs that were used at the time. The circuits, however, will be identical in terms of the transistors and resistors. It's just the packaging of the active components that are different. Now, one of the things I'm going to need in order to make use of this when I finally get all the boards done is a DSKY, which is, I'm sure you all know, the display and keyboard unit. And it really consists of a series of switches and displays. In the original unit there's a bank of relays in there that control various things, mostly the lighting for the DSKY, because it was electroluminescent, so it had to use relays to switch the lights on and off. But I want a DSKY that looks as authentic as possible. Now what I've got here is just a quick mock-up. This is a 3D printed front panel. This is not the one I'll be using eventually, this is just one I downloaded off the internet so I could test a few designs. But what I wanted was to be able to have a DSKY that looked as authentic as possible, including illuminated switches. And that's what this video is about. It's just a very brief look at what I've been working on over the last few weeks. And what I want to have in the DSKY are mechanical switches as opposed to the rubber bumper type switches. So I'm going to use switches like this. So these are obviously mechanical switches. These will sit on a PCB underneath the key panel. But then I wanted illuminated keys, and so that's what I looked at next. So firstly I wanted the keys to operate as mechanical keys. So I don't know if you can hear that, but it's this key cap is sitting on top of a key, or button rather, one of these. Naturally they will normally be on a PCB. And what I've been looking at is creating 3D printed keycaps that can be illuminated. So if I turn the power on, so the one on the left here has got an LED underneath. So if I turn that on, hopefully you can see that it's illuminated. I'll turn the light out so it's hopefully a bit clearer. So if I turn that on and off, then I'm hoping it shows up on the camera that it's illuminated. So I now have not only a keycaps that can be illuminated, but also a system that I can use to incorporate mechanical keys into the DSKY. I can of course use whatever colour LEDs that I want, but these keycaps are fairly simple. If I just pop one of them out, then it's just a two-part 3D printed keycap where the character is formed using a clear filament rather than a solid colour filament. So hopefully I'll be able to create a DSKY that ultimately will look as authentic as possible. I'll be using most likely an LCD display for the main display area, and then a similar type of system to this in the notification area. I'll post updates as I progress, but I thought I'd just do a quick update for anyone that was wondering if I'm still working on this.